Hello, everyone, and good morning to you once again. A quick scenario I want to share with you is a structure I find very interesting on the GBPUSD. I will try as much as possible to make this very short because I've already done something similar on the Euro USD. So let's kick in and let's see what is happening here. So the first thing I did was to scale up into the daily time frame where I was able to identify a, a, a bearish momentum drive that has been holding price action since the beginning of the year. And if you look at what I have here on my daily time frame, I have a bearish trend line, which is the black line you can see on your screen. As you can see, that line has been a major determinant of price action in the direction of the downtrend. Now, despite the fact that we have a strong bearish drive on this one, I'm still expecting that we could be having a bullish momentum as we head into the new week in such a way that price is either probably going to break through all this area into the major bearish trend line, after which we'll be looking forward to a reversal set up around this area that will push price to the downside from here. That is the first scenario I saw. That was the first thing that came to my mind, is looking for a bullish momentum to respect that bearish trend line. However, we cannot ignore the possibility that price might not go that far, and we could see how a bearish momentum take price all the way down from that area during this week. So we are going to be looking at two scenarios here on the GBP USD. So let's scale down to the daily, to the 4 hours time frame, and let's see how price action has been playing out in the last couple of weeks, and we shall be using this parameter to determine where price will be heading in the nearest future. So let's go down to the 4 hours time frame, and what do we have here on the 4 hours time frame? So let me reset the chart a little bit and let's see what structure we have here. Well, the first thing I was able to do at this point is to look at where price action was at the beginning of the month and where it is right now. And if we look at the structure we have here, I was able to connect a series of higher lows. We can see price started around this area at the beginning of the month, and we can see how price has continued to find lower lows and lower highs at this point, hereby respecting that bearish trend line. So I was able to connect the series of lower lows to have this bearish trend line that is running through price action here. But something interesting happened during the course of last week's trading session, where we saw an outright breakout of that bearish trend line, giving us a clue into uh, a bullish potential, bullish opportunity, as price was unable to respect that bearish trend line anymore. So because of those breakouts we saw here on during the course of last week's trading session, I'm of the opinion that we might be having a short-term bullish momentum, probably with an intention to do a retest of that bearish trend line I shared with you a couple of minutes ago. So now going further and looking into the structure we have here, I was able to identify a reversal pattern here, just like what we had on the Euro USD. You can check the comment section. You can look at the comments section for the link that will refer you to that pair. So here on the 4 hours time frame, I was able to identify this reversal pattern here. And if we look at the structure we have here, hold on a second, let me give you a visual representation of what I'm talking about. So I have this reversal pattern here, and I was able to see a breakout of the neckline of that reversal pattern, which you can also see shares a confluence with that bearish trend line. So with the breakout of that reversal pattern, that gives me a clue, that gives me a signal that price actually going bullish here. So one thing we saw here is that we saw the breakout of that neckline, which is also the same with the breakout of the bearish trend line. Then price came down to do multiple rejection of that neckline, which shall be my key level during the new week at 1.19200 area. You can see how price has rejected that area multiple times. At least I think we have the one, two, three, four times in the last 4 or 5 days. And one thing we saw here is that we saw a breakout of that trend line here, during the later part of last week trading session to give us the signal we might be looking forward to a bullish potential from this area going forward. So as we head into the new week, how do we intend taking advantage of this move? Well, personally, we already saw a breakout. There is a possibility that price could still come back down to do a retest of this key level or this resistance or this bearish trend line before we see that bullish move to the upside. So what I want to be looking out for is either the first one is price probably going to come back down into this level, the key level at 1.192 area, which also shares a confluence with that bearish trend line that I just drew within the structure. Look out for reversal pattern that will push price to the upside from that area. And then the other scenario is that, remember, we have a resistance point here which has been holding price action in those days I mentioned earlier. We could be waiting for price to break out of that structure, do a retest of the structure, probably this resistance level, probably come as far as somewhere around here, and look out for reversal patterns to join the rally to the upside from there. So one thing I want to be looking out for is we can see the structure here. I also have this bearish trend line, the dotted black line on your screen. If I see a breakout of that structure again, and that gives me further confirmation, then if I see a retest of structure, I might want to be adding more position to this trade right into this area. So if price plays out as expected, I want to be having my take profit target within the zone, that is the bearish trend line we identified on the daily time frame. So that will dovetail to how many pips thereabouts. We have at least 300 350 pips to catch if price moves in that direction. So that is my bullish perspective here on the GBP USD. However, it is pertinent I also state that a bearish momentum could actually come in as well, considering the long-term bearish momentum we've seen on this pair. So if a bearish momentum is actually coming in here, what I want to be doing is to wait for price action to break down that key level to give me a further signal that we might be going bearish on this one, and then wait for confirmation to join the decline. And the confirmation could come in form of a rejection of the key level at 1.19200 area before we see the bearish move to the downside, or it could be a rejection of those bearish trend line I identified here that will push the price to the downside from here. And if that happens, where will our take profit target be? Well, one thing I would like to say here is this: we actually don't have a structure to use from a technical perspective to identify this bearish potential. However, I would like to say that we should take into consideration the previous demand zone here at 1.17600 area, which I want to identify here as the first take profit zone, as we never can tell, price could reject that area and push to the upside from there. So these are the scenarios we want to be looking out for going into the new week. But be rest assured that during the early hours of the week, I will definitely and most assuredly share an update in the comment section of this video. If this video in any way has been of immense help in helping you making your own decision during the week, kindly support this video by clicking on the like button. And thank you for doing that. And also, you might also want to join me on my TradingView platform. Follow me on my TradingView platform so that you don't miss out on the regular updates I normally share in the comment section. Thank you very, very much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Bye bye.